I want to show you about one of the sons of Joseph. Genesis 41 verse 50. And unto Joseph were born two sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bare unto him. So the wife of Joseph was the daughter of a priest. Verse 51. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God said, he had made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. So that's the meaning of Manasseh, to forget all his toil. Verse 52. And the name of the second he called Ephraim, for God had caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. So Ephraim means fruitfulness. Are you with me? So first son is what? Manasseh. Second one is what? Ephraim. Alright. Genesis 48 verse 8 to 20. I want to show you about this guy called Ephraim, the second one. And Israel beheld Joseph's son. Now this is Jacob, the father of Joseph. Jacob is about to die. So Joseph had brought his sons. Beheld Joseph's son and said, who are these? Verse 9. And Joseph said unto his father, they are my sons, whom God had given me in this place. And he said, bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. He's an old man. Verse 10. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them and embraced them. These are his grandchildren. And Israel said unto Joseph, I had not thought to see thy face, and lo, God had showed me also thy seed. Wow, he was happy. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. So he brought them out, so Joseph himself bowed. And Joseph took them both, and Ephraim in his right hand, toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand, toward Israel's right hand, and brought them near unto him. So, because the first son goes to the right, the second son goes to this other side. Alright, verse 14. And Israel stretched out his right hand, and laid it upon Ephraim's hand. Now, he has positioned them in such a way that Manasseh comes to the right, Ephraim comes to the left. But he stretched his hand and crossed it. And laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh, said, guiding his hands wittingly. He guided it wittingly. That means he was careful and intentional in guiding his hand. For Manasseh was the firstborn. I'll discuss about this some other time. Now, go to verse 15. Joseph was not pleased. And he blessed Joseph and said, God, before whom my father Abraham, Isaac did walk, the God which fed me all my life long unto this day. All right? 16. And the angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them. Let his name be named on them. You know, that's a powerful prayer. You know, it's like taking broad peace, and I said, let my name be named on you. It means an inheritance from me has been given. And the name of my father Abraham, Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. Verse 17. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. This thing is happening. The two children did not know what was happening. But you know one thing, when I read this, I always laugh and say, Joseph, but why? Joseph, have you also forgotten that what you also got was not your portion? You see, this is the problem with life. When God is moving you, you are happy. When he decides to move another person, you say, oh Lord, but why? Verse 18. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head. You know what comes here? Emotion. Parental emotion. You always want the firstborn to be the firstborn. Sir, no fight grace. Leave him. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son. You think I'm blind physically? Spiritually, my eye open. I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly, his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. Question: when these things were being said, were the children hearing them? Because no matter how old they were, if they heard, rivalry will begin. Verse 20. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. a man set one above another. He set Ephraim before Manasseh. Say, you stay. So Ephraim is Lord over Manasseh. Ephraim carries the covenant over Manasseh. It's not who first came. It is who mercy sees. Are you hearing what I'm saying? All right. So that continues. Psalm 78, verse 9 to 11. Now, because Ephraim has now carried the blessing, some things began to happen in his life. The children of Ephraim. Now, Ephraim is dead. Now they had a lineage, a seed, grown now to become big. The children of Ephraim, being armed and carrying bows, turned back in the day of battle. When the day of battle came, they turned back. Verse 10. They kept not the covenant of God and refused to walk in his law. Verse 11. And forget his works. So, and his wonder that he had showed them. There is no need to trouble ourselves. We already have the Abrahamic blessing. That even though the inheritance was given to them, they folded their hands and returned back in the day of battle. What will be the consequences? We're going. We're looking at it. Hosea chapter 4, verse 17. Look at Ephraim. Ephraim. This is one of the reasons why I said it is better not to have heard. If this transaction was done without them hearing, it would have made Ephraim to buckle up and continue. But for the fact that Ephraim heard, the Bible says it got to a point they joined themselves to idol. Let him alone. He says, leave him. For you to have left the covenant of God and decided a native doctor can provide solution, God said, leave him. Do you notice that when Jesus came to Peter and said, can't you watch with me for 1 hour? Peter said, we're sorry. He came back again and said, you are still sleeping. He said, we're sorry. The third time Jesus said, leave them, sleep. The battle is done. There will come a time you speak and you speak. You pause and you say, let your will be done. The end of such thing is the destruction of the bridge. He said, Ephraim, since you broke the covenant I didn't talk, you stopped walking. You left the battlefield. Now you have joined yourself to an idol. That means you have grown to the point where you feel that Jehovah is no longer God. He said, leave him alone. You will now see the problem of this guy. Having known that the inheritance was given to him, you will see where the problem lies. Go to now chapter 13, verse 12. The iniquity of Ephraim is bound up. His sin is hid. Ephraim thought he hid his sin. But he forgot that the man, Israel, delivered him to God. You will now see the problem of Ephraim. The Bible says in verse 13. He says, the sorrow of a traveling woman shall come upon him. That's Ephraim. Look at a curse. The sorrow that a woman who wants to give birth goes through is what Ephraim will start. That means when you come to the place of appointment, you will only see it, but you won't enter. You will bleed and cry. That's Ephraim. You see why? It says he is an unwise son. So the problem was that he walked out of wisdom. He's an unwise son. Now, what is going to happen to him? The consequence of being wise. This is what happens to people. For he should not stay long because you lack wisdom. You are not supposed to stay long in the place of breaking forth of children. For anything that make you stay long and your break forth denies you is because you lack wisdom. If spiritual promotion is denied you, spiritual elevation is denied you, it is not because God and his mercy is not with you. It is because you are unwise. So you take out sentiment and bring wisdom. Please put it, amplify it. Because this is going to be our prayer. Lord, may I not stay long in the place of breaking forth. Because that is the lack of wisdom. How come what takes others 2 minutes will take you 20 years? 2 minutes. Many a times we call it the spirit of delay. But sir, it could be the absence of wisdom. The pains of childbirth come on him, for he is not a wise son, for it is not the time to delay his chance at a new birth, as the womb opens, but he ignores the opportunity to change. You are preaching, change now, change now, change now. He says the time comes, you say, leave him. He's an unwise son. He will not change. Therefore, what will happen is that you will sit down in the time where there is supposed to be breaking forth. You will not experience it because you are unwise. I just showed you Ephraim. Every Ephraimic spirit, every Ephraimic spirit, every Ephraimic pattern, every Ephraimic story in the lineage of anyone walking in the order of Ephraim to turn the person to be unwise, Lord, change the story tonight. You won't stay long in the place of giving birth. You won't stay long in the time to shine. Stand on your feet. It's time to just lift your hands and pray to God and say, Lord, I don't want to remain like this.